Hello, welcome back to Space Engineers. In today's video, we're looking at another small fighter, and this one that I'm currently driving is called the S-04 Rattler Fighter Interceptor, which is this lovely thing over here. So this is an incredibly sleek and very compact fighter ship, where it doesn't really look like too much is going on with it, because most of it is behind all those steel blocks and armoured panels. Now, because this thing is a full hydrogen setup and it's got a bunch of guns on the front, there's a hell of a lot being hidden behind all of that, to the point I had to whip out the Conveyor Diagrams mod to actually show you what's going on below all those blocks. So putting my character out in the cockpit, gonna aim him away from there, free camera once again, and now I'm gonna press B, and here we are, just to get rid of all those lines, and there we are for below the steel blocks and armoured panels. So yes, you can see a hell of a lot going on below them, but we've got a bunch of gatling guns, we've got 8 altogether, but we can see them from the very front. But what we can't see from the very front or from around this thing is all those hidden hydrogen thrusters. There's a hell of a lot all the way around this thing, as well as the O2H2 generator, the large hydrogen tank, a couple small hydrogen tanks dotted here and there. So we've got one at the back, then we've got 2 on both wings. Around towards the very back here, in fact you can actually see the side of the wings right there, where the edge of the block is currently sitting. Yes, we see large hydrogen thrusters that comes all the way towards the back, underneath this thing. Here we go. So we just about make out what's going on there. We can't really see too much until I actually found this and press this again, so you see how everything's being conveyed up. And there we go. So yes, that's the internals of the ship, has all been connected up, which is a hell of a lot of stuff going on with it, like I said, and very impressive that they managed to fit it into such a compact design. Anyway, getting rid of that, grab hold of the character, back into the seat he goes. Like this, F10, finding the spawn menu, the Rattler is 674 small blocks, using none of the DLC packs, and up here we've got a tiny bit of information that says, gotta go fast. So I'm going to give this thing a thumbs up, run towards the very front, have a very quick look around the outside, because there's not really too much to talk about on the outside of this thing, so as you saw most of this is on the interior. We'll go fly around for a bit, and maybe shoot up some pirates who should be nearby any distance, hopefully they're still there. We're going to test out the firepower on this thing, which should be one hell of a lot. So for the very front of the S-04 Rattler Fighter Interceptor, this is what we get. Well, as you can see, we've got a bunch of grey steel blocks with 2 red steel blocks next to our cockpit, and of course our cockpit being the fighter cockpit in a black colouring. Round onto the sides, can't really see too much. Down here we can see a bit more, and this is where all of our 8 gatling guns are currently sitting. So we see got 3 right here, they've got another one sitting right up there. Putting the camera all the way through, we think our air vents so I can oxygen from the surrounding areas to make sure you don't suffocate while flying this around on the planet. Then turning around there, for this little section right here which comes towards the front, we've got ourselves a little camera that's going to have a window in front of it to give it some extra protection in a combat scenario. Onto the other side, there's our other gatling guns, and there we are for the bomb section. We come around over here. So onto the side, turning on my lights, there we go. So we can see our hydrogen thrusters for our left and right, at least 2 of them that we can actually visually see. Across to there's your little red dot. Up to there's your large hydrogen tank, which is a little bit exposed on this ship. For a small fighter, it would have been a very good idea to make sure this was nice in the case, maybe in some heavy armor, or just light armor blocks in general, because that is very much exposed. So any kind of drone coming above you, any kind of ship coming down towards you, it's going to very easily blow up your ship, and will tear it apart. Anyway, over to this section, here's your wing. Not much to talk about over here. We come around towards the very back, where we're going to see some fantastic use of the armored panels, as well as some fantastic use of our grey steel blocks. Yes, on the left and right hand side, we've got large hydrogen thrusters, as we saw when we saw the internals. But on the back here, we can see we've got these little nozzles, which is going to hide the trail that comes out of the thruster, as we will do fly this thing around. Coming all the way upwards. And here we go. So on the top, not really too much to talk about, but just hides everything up. Pushes the camera all the way through, we then see another hydrogen thruster. There's another hydrogen tank. Then into this little section right here, I suppose you could put a few bits and pieces in here, like programmable blocks if you wanted to. Maybe a few more batteries if you feel like it's needed. But no, it's entirely up to you what you want to do in here. Yes, there is that. Anyway, putting out this section, moving all the way up and looking down. Here we go. Not too much to talk about apart from on the middle section, we've got 3 more hydrogen thrusters, a hydrogen tank which has been partially covered up by some armoured panels. There's another hydrogen thruster towards our cockpits. Then there is our cockpit, and there is the very front. Moving all the way down underneath this thing, bringing the sunlight back around. So in here, doing that, that'll do quite nicely. So we see the little gaps where our gatling guns are going to be firing out of. There's some more hydrogen thrusters that you'll connect to the docker up. There's a low magnetic plate to clamp this thing down with. Then towards the back there, some more hydrogen thrusters. And there's the very back, about large hydrogen thrusters and their little nozzle. And with that, that's a very brief look around the outside of the S-04 Rattler Fighter Interceptor. And it's bloody fantastic what has all been set up. And whoa, fantastic use of the steel blocks, fantastic use of the armor panels, just hiding up all the internals, make it look very sleek and very compact overall. But now what I'm going to do is grab hold of my character, here we go, bring up the HUD, tab number 1, these are the only controls we get, so we've got one single tab. When number 1's with your hydrant thrusters at the front there, turn them off. When we move forwards, we won't slow down. Turning that on and pressing number 9, that's for all your hydrant thrusters around the ship to turn it off. So now we can no longer move this thing around. Oh, got to turn them off as well. Yes, there we go. We can no longer move it around. Pressing number 9 and number 1, we're now back to fully working order. Then pressing number 2, that gives you your camera right at the very front. Number 3 is then for all 8 gatling guns fired all together. There we go, a lovely big light show coming out of the front there. There it is, yeah, from the front. We've got number 5 for your batteries auto recharge, your hydrogen tanks to stop power on and off, and that's it for the controls. So now what we'll do is just test fly this around and hopefully the space pirates are still in the distance. So bring up the signals. There they are right there, so they're somewhere in that direction. But yes, we're going to do flying tests and move slowly towards them while I try and triangulate where they exactly are. Moving forwards, should be no surprises here, this thing is bloody fast. We go 0 to 100 in basically 2 to 3 seconds. Letting go in that is a completely different story, but luckily we do have plenty of gyroscopes on this thing, so we can do a 180 very, very quickly. But I just saw the pirates at the top there, but no, as you saw there, moving forwards, 180, and there we go, we can stop a hell of a lot quicker, which is jolly good stuff if you are needed to stop in an emergency. There they are right there, should have a few guns on there, so start to head towards them. Anyway, letting that come to a stop, moving left, moving right with not the fastest thing in the world, moving down, there we go, got some nice speed with that. Moving up should be a lot better than basically everything else apart from moving forwards. There we go, because we can fly this on a planet, if that's what we want to do. Then that's for gyroscope controls, move this thing around from the camera view. There we go, first person view would be better. And there we are, so yes, like I said, we've got plenty of gyroscope controls over this thing. There's going to be no issues with you actually tracking a fast moving target with the gatling guns. And you'll be able to rip anything to shreds and be able to outmaneuver any opponent that comes up to you. Now, because I wiggled the camera around, I've got to work out where the space pirates were again. They should be somewhere in that direction, I like to say. No, I'll figure out where they are, come back to that, they'll go charge towards them and actually see what kind of damage we can deal with this ship. Okay, so I've now flown over to the space pirate mayday signal, and it looks like it's in very poorly condition, which seems to be split into multiple different pieces, and there should be a few guns around the outside. So we're going to do this very, very quickly. We're going to go basically just fly as fast as possible all the way past it to see where the shot's going to be coming from. Then we're going to circle around and hopefully be able to blast it with all the guns. I'm going to stay in the camera view, looking at it like so. What can I see here? And there we go, there's the gatling guns right there. We're going to try and aim at it like so. And as we'll say, terrible miss. But no, we took a few shots to the front there, and now I can see where the guns are coming from, and it is at the front there. Looks like there is one singular turret, so this could be super easy to deal with. So looking at it like so, where is it currently sitting? And it looks like it is on the opposite side, so we're going to get a bit closer here. And I think what I'm going to do is very carefully now just poke all the way up. If I can actually stop this in time. Oh, got that thruster turned off. Here we go, all the way around again. And that should be now very quickly dealt with, means we're pummeling straight into it. There we go, that was a big explosion. There goes their gatling gun. That looks like it has to be completely disabled there. I was not expecting to disable it just as quickly as that. But no, it does mean they've got free reign over this thing, and they can just start blasting into it with all the guns. They're going to take that laser antenna. We don't need to have you anymore. And look in front there. Take that regular antenna. Look at all the shots coming off this thing. But yes, doing a hit and run like I tried to do at the very start of this thing would be a very good idea with this type of ship, because we've got plenty of firepower to actually do it, to the point that we might be able to disable a turret in one run, one strafing run. And there we go, there goes the hydrogen tank on that ship. Nice big explosion. Something I was expecting to happen to this one due to the hydrogen tank at the back there. But no, we're going to keep shooting this. Oh, wrong button there. Don't know why I keep pressing F to get out of that camera view. And there we go, all the way around. Looks like there was a gun on the inside there, but no more. That is now completely gone. And that is the strength of the S-04 Rattler Fighter Interceptor. So looking at the front there, doesn't look like we took too much damage. Quite a bit of block damage here and there from that gatling gun, and of course the turret that I wasn't paying attention to. But no, at the end of the day, the armor blocks did their job, protected the internals, and looks like we can fly away to actually repair this up very easily, and come back to fight another day. But with that, that is pretty much it for this ship and all it has to offer. So what we're going to do now is just reverse this thing up, then we're going to slam straight into it, and hopefully we'll get a nice big explosion. But I get a feeling we're just going to bounce away with very minimal damage. But no, it's a fantastic looking ship overall, very sleek, very compact with its overall design. Should be very good for the survival mode if you want to have a small fighter. Very easy to upgrade if you wanted to do that, because the way the internals have been done, because there's hard tanks in the wings. You can always conveyor it up, maybe have some deployable AI-enabled missiles that you can deploy off the wings, and just go shoot them over your enemies, so you can just basically fly over, deploy the missiles will do their thing, while you're shooting away into the distance. But no, here we go, all the way forwards, 500 meters should be plenty enough. There we are. Gonna keep shooting the guns. 3, 2, 1. And there we go, a nice big explosion. Was happy that Oh wow, I believe the hydrogen tank could have exploded, and now we've lost basically the entire ship. We've got a connector right there. But no, that's pretty much it for this ship. All it has to offer, it's just a fantastic thing to use in your world. There'll be a link to it in the description below. Do wish to download and play around yourself. Highly recommend you do. I'll be back with another video somewhere soon. Bye bye.